Hello YouTube, this is Michael with PhoneJunkie.org. Here I am bringing you the Motorola Razr HD review. I have the Motorola Razr HD on the left and the Motorola Razr HD Maxx on the right. I'm going to kind of review both of them since they're pretty much almost the same phone. One just has a better battery life, a little bit more onboard storage, things like that. Now both of these devices are built the exact same way. You get a really good, both of these devices are made really well. You get a very well built quality phone. With the whole Razr line, you've always had a nice build. You still have the same Kevlar backing, really soft touch. You have a little zigzagged black and gray pattern here on the back. Motorola symbol right there in the back. You have your 8 megapixel camera, LED flash, HD 1080p recording, speaker. You have the Verizon logo. Go down to the bottom of the side here, the left hand side. You have your HDMI port, micro HDMI port, excuse me. So they didn't get rid of that like you saw on the Razr M. So you still have that functionality. Micro USB charging data sync cable. You have your little micro SD card slot as well as your micro SIM card slot. You just pop that out with a paper clipper pin or SIM pin remover. And then you have your metal lining along the sides. So you go to the top here, you have your 3.5mm head jack. On the right side you have your power lock button, and it has little grooves into it, so you definitely know you're pushing the right button. Volume up down rocker. On the front here you have your front facing camera, 1.3 megapixels. You also have a notifications LED right up here. It's stock. The stock color right now is green, and that is a notifications LED, so if you get an email, missed phone call, text message, that'll light up. Also a charging indicator. You don't have any keys on the phone. You just have your 3 on-screen keys, the back button, the home button, and the recent applications button. Now this phone, it is an LTE device. It is 9.3 millimeters thick, 5.54 ounces weight. It is splash resistant, not waterproof, but it'll help you if you spill your drink and some splashes on there. No need to worry. You have a Super AMOLED 4.7-inch display. You have a option of putting a micro SD card in there, up to 32 gigabytes. You get 1 gigabyte of RAM. Now the Razr HD has 16 gigabytes of onboard storage. And the Razr HD Maxx has 32 gigabytes of onboard storage. You have Bluetooth 4.0. You have an 8 megapixel camera with autofocus and LED flash. They're both being shipped with Android Ice Cream Sandwich 4.0.4, which is said to be upgradable to Jelly Bean 4.1. And with Google taking over Motorola, I believe besides the Nexus, I believe these phones should probably be the first ones to receive the update. They're both running a dual-core 1.5 gigahertz Snapdragon S4 Plus processor. I believe they should have went with the Pro processor, but they both come in black and white colors. The Motorola Razr HD, you are getting a 2500 milliamp battery. With the Motorola Razr HD, you are getting a 2530 milliamp hour battery. With the Razr Maxx HD, you are getting a 3300 milliamp battery. So definitely with you don't have the original, Razr design that you see the little tapered edge out and then goes down. You still have a tapered down look feel to it. Still has that Razr feel to it, but it's not as thin as the predecessor of 7.1 millimeters thick. This one's a little bit heavy, or a little bit thicker, but not by too much. But that does make up for the battery. That's going to probably give you almost double the time of the original Razr. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start off with the software here. Now with the 4.7 inch display, you do have more real estate, and I like to compare this to the Motorola Razr M, which is smaller. But with the Razr M, you have a small bezeled, like the screen almost goes, you know, takes up the whole area of this, and you have a little hump here, so you kind of get a feel for where the screen actually goes to. Anyway, Motorola's OS, for me anyway, has really upgraded a lot. They have, now that they're owned by Google, you're starting to see it go more towards the stock Android feel than more than, you know, with Samsung with TouchWiz. You don't have all that other stuff overlay, but you still get a nice experience, especially if you love Android. You're getting more of that Nexus feel with this device. Alright, so swiping right from the home screen is going to get you your quick settings, and you can adjust if you want phone ringtone, vibrate only, Wi-Fi on or off, GPS, mobile data, airplane mode, or you can just go to all settings. So from here you can go into everything, tethering a mobile hotspot, which works very well on this device. You can hit more if you want more wireless settings, NFC. You can change your sound display, all that good stuff around in here. So we go back to the home setting. Now here you have your pages. One thing I do like about this is you can add a page, or you can take away a page, manage your pages. You can remove a page just by holding it down, flicking it up, and that way you don't have to go scroll through all these pages of non-used pages or blank pages. You just click on it, add a page. Now you can either start with the blank page and add what you like, or you can start with the template. So you have mobile office or media. So here you have your automatic player, and they give you your YouTube, Vcast, gallery, and your play music app. Now there's a few small changes that we've seen with this from the standard Motorola Atrix, things like that, as well as I kind of like this where you just go here, you can go straight to the phone, text, camera, or unlock. So if you unlock it, you just go to your home screen there, or you can go to your camera app, and that way if you're trying to catch a quick pic of something or whatever the case may be, you can just go straight to there. So you have your notifications bar. I don't have any notifications right now. Over here on the HD I do. Go down, just your basic swipe away. So you swipe to the right. You have your settings. You can go straight to your settings from here as well, or you can just clear them all out. Nothing too fancy about it, basic notifications. So here you have your basic app layout. You got your apps here. You have your widgets as well. Not too many widgets. You get about 8 pages or so. And then you have your favorites. So you can make a app a favorite, however you want to do it. And that way you can just go straight to it, click on your favorites tab if you have apps that you use all the time, but you don't want to store them on your home page, whatever the case may be. Basically, Smart Actions is where you can set certain triggers where at a certain time of the day the phone will automatically go to vibrate, or where you can actually set it to where when you arrive at work it silences your phone, whatever the case may be, or at 11 o'clock, or it sets your alarm certain times of the week, whatever the case may be, and the phone actually will learn what you do and it'll suggest a smart action to you. If you're noticing that you're turning your phone on vibrate at 10 o'clock every day, it's going to suggest that you use Smart Actions. Now, just a conclusion on the whole OS. It works very well. I've noticed a lag every now and then. In my opinion, it's from them using the S4 Plus processor instead of the S4 Pro processor. But for the most part, it happened very rarely. But you still get a good response, good feel of the device. But for the most part, it would be a device I could use, not saying the OS would be a deal breaker. Also with the, I did get a lot of accidental presses. Like I was just sitting there with my phone or whatever, and I would accidentally launch the camera app. I accidentally kept hitting stuff. I had that a lot of mispresses. So it's really important, especially with this device, to use your unlock button. So let's go ahead and test out the gaming here. Now, Modern Combat 3, this is an app that comes with the device. It's a demo they give you. Works very well. With the HD screen, it looks nice. But for somebody like me who's doing a review, I look at every little thing. You did get a little bit of a lag. Not big, not for the average user to notice. But sometimes when you see the guys run around shooting, you can notice a little hesitation. But it's definitely still a playable game. Definitely by no means a deal breaker. Alright, so here you can see the graphics very well, play very well. Skip that. With the device, it moves really well. I'm not a big gamer, but on this device you get a really good response with the thumb. As you can see, as I'm moving this, it responds well. I like to play my Xbox and things like that, but I've never been too big at playing games on handheld devices just due to that. I wonder if that tank will blow up. That'd probably be the best thing. As you can notice, there's a small lag there. Not too big of a deal. Still getting a great, decent gameplay here. But for some people that are looking for a device just for games, I would highly recommend this Motorola Razr HD Maxx. You got a big battery life. You get an excellent display. And you got a 4.7-inch screen. The Motorola UI is very well. You get a decent camera, which we'll go ahead and hop right into. Now, the shutter lag on this device isn't the best. If you're trying to take quick pictures, it's probably not the best. You probably want to make sure you go into the, so as you can see, it's not handling the light that well, but out in the light it takes some better pictures. I will upload some of the pictures that I took so you can see them on the computer. Alright, this will show you a few pictures in the lighting. They come out pretty decent, not too bad. Now here's a video I took with the Razr HD Maxx. I'm gonna get out of there. But you have a lot of options in here. You have your widescreen, if you want to use your key volume function to zoom or not, add location. You get effects, black and white, aqua, scenes, portrait, landscape, night scene. If you want to do single shot, panorama mode, multi-shot, timer, or HDR. HDR does help out a little bit. It just takes a little bit longer to take each photo. Exposure, and your flash settings. Or you can have that go away, pop up and down, and you just switch this to go to your video camera. Now the quadrant test came out pretty good. I won't go into that since I don't want to make this too long. But I got about 4,982 compared to about, right around the Samsung Galaxy S3 for Verizon, which was about right around the same. The speed test was really well. The only problem is that out here in the Lansing, Kansas area, the 4G LTE is spotty in some places. So some places I can get 20 megabits per down. Some places I only get about between 7 to 9. But no matter what, I'm always getting a pretty good upload speed. But 10 megabits per down is always a good day in my book. So down we got 10.22 and up we got 7.26. So as you can see, there we go, there's the results. There's a couple 20s down there and 13 megabits up. Alright, video playback is very well. You got a nice display here. You got nice real estate. The volume is excellent. And with the Razr Max HD, I wanted to watch videos just because you have a very large battery, 32-hour talk time. On the stress test that I did for this device, it actually lasted me about 72 hours under usual usage, just daily emails, game playing, music, listening to music, sending emails, phone calls. And then under our hard stress test where we just constantly were on the phone all day, it lasted about a little bit after a day. I say probably about a day and a half. From most of the reviews I've seen, nobody's been able to use the battery in a single day. I mean, this battery is just amazing. It's definitely an upgrade from the previous Razr HD Maxx, and it really shows well. Alright, for phone calls and text messages, phone call was pretty good for the most part. A couple times I used it, I did notice a little static. Nothing too big. No drop calls.
Today is Wednesday, November 7th. Country Club Bank.
Good speakerphone. I average about 3 bars out of the 5. Text messaging on this is not the best, but it will definitely do what you are needing it to. Erase this. Alright. I am testing out this keyboard for the Motorola review video. So it got all of it right. Not the best, but it's definitely not the worst out there. And one good thing about Android, if you don't like the keyboard, you can just go on the App Store and change it. Now for my conclusion is these devices are really amazing. You know, you have all the price points here. You have as of right now, which is November 7th, 2012, you have a $99 device, smaller screen, still pretty powerful. You can have a $99 model here. You have the Razr HD, which is the $199 price point, and it will give you a 4.7-inch display, 16 gigabytes of onboard storage, and you're going to have a HDMI port, which on the Razr M you do not. So on this one you have an HDMI port. You're still going to get really good battery life out of this one, but then you have this one, which is pretty much the exact same, just a hair bit larger or thicker than it, but it's going to have a 3,300 milliamp battery versus a 2,530 milliamp battery. So you're going to get a way longer battery life. So if you're a heavy user, I would go with this. This is at a $299 price point versus $199 price point. You're going to get 32 gigabytes of onboard storage with the Razr Max as well. Let me know what you think about these devices. Is this a device you would want? If it is, which one is the Razr HD one you'd go with, or would you spend $100 more and go with the Razr HD Maxx? Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you guys have any questions, just let me leave in the comments below. Please subscribe, and you all have a good day.